Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how to correctly replace the CVT fluid on a 2016 Subaru Impreza. Everything you need is right here. It scares a lot of people, but it is quite simple. I'll show you how to do it correctly. I've got a link to everything you're going to need to do this job. So obviously we have our CVT fluid. I do recommend to actually use genuine oil for this job, but the person didn't want to. So you need your fluid, you need a little pump, and a standard socket set is all you need. So let's get to it. Okay guys, I'm getting ready to do the CVT fluid on our Subaru. Now, as I said, I've put a link for everything you need. Everything you need is right here. I've got my fluid, I've got a pump, I've got an 8mm Allen key and a 14mm, which also obviously an oil drain container. Also, all the sockets you need, they should be in any standard socket set. Now, this job kind of scares a lot of people. It doesn't really have to. I'm going to show you which plugs you need to work with. For some reason, Subaru have put fill plugs everywhere and it confuses people. If you do get it wrong, it's going to be costly. So make sure you know what you're doing. I've made a video also for the front diff, how to service that, which people get confused with. So please look out for that. But let's get right to it. Okay guys, so again, I'm on the left side of the vehicle facing forward. It's really important you get your plugs right. Left side of the vehicle facing forward, about to get under it. So this is our CVT transmission here. Now, Subaru do use two different types of CVT transmissions. So if yours looks different, then don't follow this video. This is the fill plug we want to take off here. This is the fill plug for our CVT. There are others around, make sure it's this one. Now, just a heads up, it is an 8mm Allen key. I've got a socket with a long bar. This one was super tight, so I've already cracked it. So I had to just tap it, give it a few taps with a hammer to get it off. So be prepared for that. If you have to tap in a socket, do it lightly, don't go too hard. So just be prepared. They are all super tight. Also, if you're going to do an oil change, make sure you always can take off the fill plug before you drain the oil. Because if you drain the oil and for whatever reason you cannot take off this fill plug, you're in a lot of trouble. So I've got our container in place. I'm going to take out our fill plug. So the drain plug is a 14mm. So I've got my 14mm socket ready. That was actually nice and easy. So I'll let that drain. So now I've got my fluid and my pump here. What I like to do with anything really is, while the drain plug's off, just pump a bit of oil through just to give it a bit of a flush. So I'll do that now. As you can see, there's some oil coming out. That is another way to know if you've got the correct fill plug. If you're pumping it onto the fill plug and it's coming out the drain plug, you're in the right place. Okay, so I've got my fill plug. I've put a new washer on there, which I recommend doing. So while this is all drained out, give it a wipe. And I'll refit the drain plug. Just tighten it by hand, doesn't have to be super tight. Okay, so there's a couple of steps to fill these. So bear with me. The first step is obviously you just pump in oil until it comes out of the fill plug. So as you can see, I'm pumping it in till it comes. Once it's come out like that, I'm just going to pull out the thing. And plug it up. So like I said, this is only the first step. So don't get ahead of yourself too quick. There is more to do. Okay guys, so now before you do the second step, we just have to start the car and run through the transmission gears And all that does, that just gets the oil through all the air pockets, through all the little spots, so it gives us a correct reading. So now I've got my foot on the brake. I'm gonna start the car up. Make sure you keep your foot on the brake, just otherwise, if the wheels are spinning, you're really gonna send all the ABS into a frenzy. So you can keep the handbrake on. I've got my foot on the brake, and I'm just going into reverse, neutral, drive. This car does have a manual mode. You don't need to go through all those. Also, just so you know, so some of these Subarus, you can put a scan tool on them and run like a test plan, which pretty much does what we're doing here. It just activates goes through all the gears, gets rid of all the spots. This one doesn't have it, so we don't need to do that. So I'm pretty much just gonna do this a couple times, run through the gears, and then all I do is I just recheck my level. So that's step 2. Okay, sorry, I forgot to mention before, see how I've got the front and the back of the car jacked up? So when you're doing a level check, the car has to be even. You can't just jack up the front, it won't give you a correct reading. So the car is level, front and rear jacked up. All I've got to do now is recheck my level, and that's it. Okay, so this is step 2. So we've put oil in, run through the gears, so we'll see if it wants any more oil. I'll take the fill plug back out. Okay, so see how nothing's coming out? So we got... Again, I'm just using my hand pump here. And there we go. It's coming out again. So all I do, plug it up. Doesn't have to be super tight. So I just now give it a clean with some cleaner. Wipe it down. So that's it, guys. This CVT service is done. It's good to go. I hope this has helped you out. If it has, please like the video, subscribe to the channel because that helps me out, and I'll see you next time for more automotive tips. Thanks, guys.